A very good morning, students, and a very warm welcome to all of you. I, Bharti Sridhara, have 40 years of experience in teaching economics. It gives me an immense pleasure to explain your 12th standard economics syllabus. Today, online teaching and learning are becoming the needs of the day. Keeping this in mind, I have undertaken the task of bringing economics lesson to your doorstep. The students, you can learn from the comfort of sitting at home with the click on their mobile. The students can focus their energy on learning at any place, at any time, at their convenience. So let us start the syllabus. The first topic is Introduction to Microeconomics and Macroeconomics. While explaining the lesson, I would like to share everything which is the important question, which can be asked for true or false, multiple choice question, state whether the following statements are true or false with reason. Everything we are going to discuss. So the first part, microeconomics. What is the meaning of microeconomics? That we are going to discuss first. Microeconomics and macroeconomics are two main branches of modern economics. The term micro is derived from the Greek word mikros. Look at the spelling. This can be asked for multiple choice or true or false, which means small or a millionth part. The term macro is derived from the Greek word macros, which means very large. Microeconomic and economic analysis was developed first. It is a traditional approach. So here you can understand that this can be asked for fill in the blanks, that is multiple choice or true or false. That is, the term micro is derived from the Greek word mikros, which means small, and the term macro is derived from the Greek word macros, which means large. Now let us understand the meaning of microeconomics. Micro means a small part of a thing. It studies the economic actions and behavior of individual units such as individual consumer, individual producer, or a firm, the price of a particular commodity or a factor, etc. That means only small things we study over here, like individual income. My income can be considered here under microeconomics. Now the question can be, explain the scope of microeconomics. Under this scope of microeconomics, you have to give 3 points. Number 1, theory of product pricing. Second, theory of factor pricing. Third, theory of economic welfare. Now under theory of product pricing, there is a demand analysis, supply analysis. Theory of factor pricing, rent, wages, interest, profit. What is this? You know, there are 4 factors of production: land, labor, capital, and enterprise. So the price for this factor, like what land gets is rent, what labor gets, that is wages, what capital gets, that is interest, and what entrepreneur gets, that is profit. So the factor pricing means the price which the factors of productions are getting in the form of rent, wages, interest, and profit. And the third one is theory of economic welfare. Now again, in that also we have to discuss efficiency in production, efficiency in consumption, and overall efficiency. So these are the things you have to understand. First, understand that these 3 points we have to cover, and sub points also we have to cover under the question of explain the scope of microeconomics. Okay, let us begin with the theory of product pricing. That is, The price of an individual commodity is determined by the market forces of demand and supply. Microeconomics is concerned with demand analysis, that is individual consumers' behavior, supply analysis, individual producers' behavior. That means how the individual consumer is reacting when the price is going up. What is the demand position? We know that when price rises, demand falls. That is the consumer's behavior, that individual consumer's behavior. And supply means the producer will supply more commodities at a higher price and less commodities at lower price. That is individual producer behavior. That we have to write under this point, theory of product pricing. Then theory of factor pricing. In microeconomics, land, labor, capital and entrepreneur are the factors that contribute to the production process. As I mentioned earlier, these are the 4 factors of production. Microeconomics helps in determining the factor rewards for land, labor, capital and entrepreneur in the form of rent, wages, interest and profit respectively. As I told you, what land gets, that reward is called as rent. What labor gets, that reward is called as wages. What capital gets, that reward is called as interest. And what entrepreneur gets, that is called as profit. So factor pricing, the theory of factor pricing is coming under the study of microeconomics. The theory of economic welfare. The theory of economic welfare basically deals with the efficiency in the allocation of resources. You know that resources are very limited, as we all are aware that in economics, last year you have studied that why the economic problem is coming, because our wants are unlimited and resources are limited. Resources are time, energy, money, these are the resources. So to choose or not to choose or what to choose is the real economic problem, because our resources are limited. So how to allocate the resources, that study is coming under this efficiency of allocation of resources. So economic efficiency involves in 3 efficiencies. Number 1, efficiency in production. Efficiency in production means producing maximum possible amount of goods and services from the given amount of resources. It is because time is a resource. It is very, very limited in our hands. So how we are using our time to get the maximum possible amount of utility from that particular time. That is what is called as efficiency in production. Efficiency in consumption. Efficiency in consumption means distribution of produced goods and services among the people for consumption in such a way so as to maximize total satisfaction of the society. Because all the goods and services are produced for the consumption, and they should be distributed in such a way that the entire society is going to get the maximum satisfaction. That is what is efficiency in consumption. Then overall economic efficiency. It means the production of those goods which are most desired by the people. So that our resources we should use in such a way that whatever people are demanding, we have to give them or we have to supply. That is what is coming under overall economic efficiency. Microeconomic theory shows under what conditions these efficiencies are achieved. So the focus of microeconomics is mainly confined to price theory and resource allocation. Here your first answer will be over. The question, as I mentioned, that explain the scope of microeconomics. So first of all you have to give the meaning of microeconomics and then come to the next point, that is scope of microeconomics, give these 3 points and the explanation of these 3 points. These are coming under this question number 1. As I told you, in this, for true and false, the micros, which means small or millionth of part, that can be asked. The term macro is derived from Greek word macros, which means large. This can be asked. So both the things I covered in that, true and false, and the nature of the question. Question can be explain the scope of microeconomics. I hope everyone is understanding this. Thank you very much.